Generic greetings and welcome to Preview plus Guns of Icarus Online. This is the team-based multiplayer airship combat game by Muse Games, where you and your bunch of ragtag crewmen fly around a steampunk/dieselpunk world in an attempt to capture points, gather resources and generally force the enemy's airship to explode via the application of several types of bombs, bullets, fires and ramming. Your overall objective is to pretty much not end up like this guy on the title screen here, who we can clearly see as crashing the ground on fire, balloon destroyed and engine not even attached to the superstructure, generally summarised as having a bad day, although this is sometimes completely and utterly unavoidable. Now, just for the sake of full disclosure, I've actually played this game for about 35 to 40 hours, so this really can't be classed as a preview video. If you're just looking for a blanket recommendation, then you have it. The game is immensely good fun. If you've seen the game before, and you may have done, especially as of late or with other videos, then you know pretty much what you're in for. You fly around in your airship with lots of guns, firing at other airships with lots of guns. It's immensely good fun, as I've said. And something which I would highly recommend. This video is my attempt in perhaps explaining the game in a little bit more detail than you might have seen before, explaining how the game works, the classes, the ships, and pretty much just, you know, what your general job is and, you know, how you sort of play it, because it is very, very much a team game, and I would say 80 to 90% of this game is working as a team. If you don't work as a team, you're gonna lose. Just fact, okay? You need to work as a team, and knowing how the game works and, you know, how the systems work and interact does really help you out, and that's pretty much what I'll be trying to do in this video. I do stress try. Before we begin, I just want to draw your attention to the adventure mode Kickstarter that they've got going at the moment. I think at time of recording it's got about 4 days left. It's pretty much trying to expand the game to have, you know, more sort of, well, adventure, I guess. More towns, eco-political systems, just expand the game in general. So links in the description to check it out. I highly recommend you do that. Right, so, Guns of Icarus Online, as I said, it is very much a team game, and it's pretty much you and 3 other crewmen on your airship flying it around and, you know, shooting at the enemy. I think that's pretty much what it's about. There are 3 classes in the game and several ships. So we'll just look at the classes first, then we'll go on to the ships and a couple of other things, and then we'll jump into the game, okay? Like I say, a little bit of knowledge goes a long way. So there are 3 classes. If I just go to role at the top here, I say classes, roles, I guess. Classes, roles, whatever you want to call them. There are 3 of them, okay? I'll go from this side onwards first. So the left-hand side, we've got Gunner. You can see that I'm currently rank 2. The ranks, the only thing they really do is unlock sort of different clothing. I'll point out now that you get all of this equipment, all of the equipment you need to play the game, and anything that is game changing from start, okay? You may have also noticed this thing that says store at the top. There is nothing at all that is pay to win, okay? You get everything mechanically in the game to start off with from day 1. You don't have to unlock anything. There's nothing that's more powerful that's like level 10 or anything like that. You get it all from day 1. So, you know, don't worry about, you know, someone being high level than you, you know, that's got lots of better gear. The only thing he might have is, you know, maybe a dapper tie or something. You know, maybe, you know, a nice polished pressed suit, and that's pretty much it. Each role has several loadouts. So you can see this is the gunner loadout. We have 1 piloting piece of equipment, 1 engineering piece of equipment, and 3 gunnery pieces of equipment. Each piece of equipment will allow you to do different things. So for example, the piloting equipment, as it suggests, allows you to generally pilot things better or give you more options. Not pilot better, that's probably the wrong term. Give you more options and, you know, adjusting your ship to do different things at different points. The engineering side of it is more keeping the ship doing them flying things, keeping it going, keeping it moving, keeping it in the air and stopping it from exploding. The gunnery is the exact opposite. It's forcing the enemy's airship to do the exploding, with, you know, different options to do different things. Now, each class, you're not limited. If you're a gunner, you can repair. If you're an engineer, you can gun. In fact, it's quite common. If you're a pilot, you can repair and gun. You know, you're not limited to what you can do if you're one of these classes. It just limits you to the amount of equipment for each sort of section that you can take. So, for example, the gunner has 1 piloting, 1 engineering, and 1 gunnery, as I pointed out. The engineer has 1 piloting, 3 engineer, and 1 gunnery. And you've probably guessed it, the pilot has 3 piloting, 1 engineer, and 1 gunnery slot. Each of these pieces of equipment, like I say, will do different things. So if we have a look at the piloting equipment, so I'm on the gunner, so I can pick one. So yeah, I've got one option here. I've currently got the spyglass, which allows me to sort of spot out, zoom further, and spot other airships, which is very, very useful and something which you should do. But there's other stuff as well. There's like Phoenix Claw, allows you to turn a little bit better. There's a Kerosene, allows you to go a bit faster. There's Hydrogen, which puts a lot of hydrogen into the balloon. Generally not a good thing, as history sort of tells us, but allows you to go up a bit faster. But then you've got other things like Impact Bumpers, allows you to take less damage while ramming. Shoot Vent to allow you to go down faster. Tar Barrel to kick out loads of black smoke. There's lots of different equipments, and to be honest, it's there's generally, in my opinion, no real best set. It all depends on your crew and your ship, okay? Like I say, it is a team game, and it's something you really have to work on to be successful. The engineer equipment is, like I say, pretty much about keeping the ship running. So you have a pipe wrench that gives you some repair, and it shows things about cooldown and rebuild power. I'll explain that while I'm in the game. I won't just bombard you with numbers now. Your rubber mallet, which you can see there, repairs less but has less rebuild power. And then we've got the fire extinguisher, which you can probably guess puts out fires, and other things like the Dynabuff Industries kit, which buffs systems, so engines go a bit further, balloon a bit better, hull bit more armor, that sort of thing. Gunnery is pretty much the same. We've got a lot of our options. Hang on, let me check. Let me switch over to the engineer because it'll allow me to show you more of them. There we go. The reason this shows a bit more is because I can only have one, whereas as you can see, I've got 3 selected here, and it doesn't show as many because I've already got them selected there. Just in case you thought for 1 minute that the engineer actually had more, he doesn't. It's just showing that way. There's different bullets that you can put through. I say bullets, not really bullets. It's sort of different gun tools, as it says there, because you can put some of these through flamethrowers and mortars and such. We've got heavy clip, which it says there, extra weight of bullets. It dampens recoil, so you get 8% less recoil, so you can really get a really good grouping of your shots. Incendiary rounds, that'll set things on fire. Burst rounds, more area effect when you hit stuff. Grease rounds, extra rate of fire. All these different things do, different ones, and again, it depends on what guns you have on your ship, and how you've, set the ship up to fly, and how you work as a team. Now, the general overall setup for a ship is 1 pilot, 2 engineers, and 1 gunner. Now, I say general because I will be generalizing a lot of things here. Let's say I'm no expert at the game by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a general thing that's what you sort of set up, because it seems to be effective. The logic is you need, there's no point in having 2 or 3 gunners, because if you can't keep the ship up, what's the point in having guns that are littered all over the map? There's no point, is there? You want them in the air on your airship. So that's the general setup, although your results may vary and all that, depending again on your pilot. Now we'll go to ships. The pilot doesn't necessarily pick the ship, although again generally they are often the ones that gets the choice. I'll come to that in a moment. But these are all the type of ships. We have the Pyramidion. On the top right we can see like a little, we got this like little, I don't know what you call these things. It just shows you the speed, the maneuverability, the durability, the armor, and the firepower of the ship. So we can see the Pyramidion is quite fast, not very maneuverable. Okay, it's medium in its sort of durability. Armor's not bad, firepower's not bad. This is one of my favourite ships actually. I really like the Pyramidion. And you can see all these bits here. These are the weapons that we've got equipped. So on the front, if we just spin it around, you can see on this slot here, we have a Whirlwind light Gatling gun, and on the other side we have our light flak cannon. Now each weapon does up to 2 types of damage. There's piercing, shatter, flashette, fire, and what are the other ones? Shatter, said that thing, explosive. There's several different types of damage type, and what them damage types do is they will give you bonuses or negatives to shooting certain things. So for example, piercing tends to chomp through armor, but that's pretty much what it's good at. Shatter is I believe, like I say, I'm no expert at this. I believe Shatter is cutting through other systems, so shooting other guns. Then you've got Explosive, which is damaging like the primary hull, which is really good at that. Then you've got other ones, like if we quick look at these weapons here, we've got a Barking Dog. There we go. I like the Barking Dog. It's got flashette ammo, which is really good at taking down balloons, as you can imagine. But it has every weapon type and damage type has a negative as well. There is fire as well. There you can actually see it does fire, but they work slightly differently to the other damage types because it actually sets systems and things on fire. But we'll come to that when we're in game. Hopefully we won't experience it, but we'll see. There are two sizes of guns in the game. There are light guns and medium guns. So, for example, the Pyramidion here has 4 light guns. That's what it's set up to have. 2 pointing forward and 2 pointing on port, there, on the port side. I wish you would have little arrows showing you where to point. That would be quite nice. But they're always working on this game, so they might add it at some point. Let's just jump to a ship that actually has a... oh, here we go. Has a medium slot. So let's say there's small... There's two types of... two sizes of gun, small and medium, which sort of brings me to think... Sort of leads me to think, what the hell is large going to be if they ever introduce that? This is the Galleon. As you can see, the firepower is off the dial. Look at that. It's going to cream anything that it hits. The problem is that its maneuverability is rubbish. So actually getting to point at someone is quite difficult. It's got 2 guns, 2 medium guns. In this case, I've got Manticore Heavy Hwatches pointing to the port side on the lower deck, and on the starboard side we've got 2 as well. Then we've got some other cannons. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. I've got 1 Hwatcher and 1 Hellhound Heavy Cannonade. Cannonade? Yeah, one of them pointing to the port and starboard, 1 each. And then on the top deck pointing back, we have a flak cannon, and on the port side we have a Gatling gun as well. So, you know, this is very, 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 very heavily equipped, guns-wise. It's also quite armoured, and, you know, it's just generally a big powerhouse. However, it ain't manoeuvrable. So if you can get round the back of it, or even round this side, if I was pointing, say, about this side up here, it's pretty much useless because it can't shoot me. But that's all about the captain, and if he can get there. If you just charge at it sideways in like the weakest ship in the game, you're going to explode quite fast. And you will learn that, there is ways and means to go around taking out everything. We have the Squid, which is really fast and really manoeuvrable. Doesn't really like to get shot, as you can see by the armour there. Doesn't really like to get shot at all. We have the Junker, or Junker, whatever. It's not bad. It's got guns pointing all around it. It's quite manoeuvrable. Not too bad on speed. Firepower's good. Durability, not great. It's not a bad ship. It's a little bit annoying to navigate because this doesn't really take into account how to move up and down. Like, for example, the Galleon's got like pretty much 3 levels. But you know, they've all ships have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's about playing to them strengths and weaknesses, and making sure you exploit the enemy's weaknesses. We have the Goldfish, which has a medium gun on the front, which is quite good, and port and starboard we've got whirlwind. Well, I've got whirlwinds on the port and flamethrower on the starboard. Again, just two guns on the 1 gun on the left and right, and 1 medium on the front. This is quite fast, quite durable. Maneuverability is not bad actually. Firepower's, it's pretty much an average type ship. You generally see a lot of these. And then we have the Spire, which is, it's a bit of a weird one, this. I really like it, actually. It's got a Manticore it's got a medium, should say. I've got a Manticore mounted on it, but it's got a medium gun on the front there, pointing forward. We also have 1 pointing to the sort of right, to the starboard front. It's sort of angled a little bit, so if you get it right, if you angle it like this, you can get it in, so you get your front guns in as well. We've got 1 on the port side, and the 1 up here pointing forward, and you can see it's pretty much a well-rounded ship. Although, it's a bit, in its terms of its layout, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I really like it though, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So there's all the type of ships. Now, the way you pick your ships, you set it up here. And if you're in the captain slot, when you jump in a game, then you will actually get to pilot it. Now what I'm going to do is jump in a game, not as a pilot, as an engineer, and run around and show you the game and explain things as we go, and hopefully try not to explode. Although, since I'll be talking and playing an engineer, this could go really bad, couldn't it? Okay, so here we are. I'm currently in game. I'm on a Pyramidion called the... Hang on, let's have a quick look. The Pirate Freedom MK. It is a Pyramidion class vessel. It has 2 guns pointing forward and 2 pointing port. We've got a lot of people around there, actually. Is that enemy? Let's have a quick look. Let's look for the scope and spot him up. What you use the scope for is to spot an enemy up, and when you click on him, you get these little a mark around them like that, it spots them up so you can actually shoot them. Let me quickly on the flamer and light this guy up. Oh yes, that's good. Just torch them all there. Just bear with me one moment while I torch him good. Let's just quickly reload that and get to work repairing all this. Now this is going to be quite difficult trying to explain things concisely while I run around and try to repair everything. This is on fire, okay? See that little one flashing? That means it's on fire. If I use my extinguisher, it will go out. It's gone out. However, the main concern now is the engine that's bust. If we quickly switch to my shifting spanner, we just keep hitting it because you see that like red circle? It'll go around and go up as I hit it. Eventually, it'll go to a cream color and it'll put the engine back to normal. The hull is also now in red, which is not good, which means we have no armor. The hull itself has two little lines. You can see there's one at the top and one at the bottom. The top one is your repairable armor. The bottom one is your sort of primary hull, which cannot be repaired. You do not want the armor to go down. If you lose your armor, you'll start taking primary hull damage, and once that's gone, your ship falls out of the sky. Well, you just generally explode. And good grief, that was close. Like I say, these are all players. That's a player. That's a player there. Actually, no, that's an AI. You can tell by the thing it says AI next to it. I've committed the ultimate sin here. I've actually turned off my voice chat. There's full voice chat in the game, but I've turned that off just for the sake of recording. I've just got an achievement as well. Go for me. Yeah, so I've turned that off because, obviously, sake of recording and all that, but you really want to listen to your crew, and the best crews are the ones that communicate the most. Actually, bottom left there, you can see that someone is trying to talk, although I can't hear them because I muted them. I apologise if you're watching this video now and that was you. We are really taking a good pounding. Every weapon, repair-wise, when you're repairing, has a cooldown. It has a repair value, a cooldown, and a rebuild value. You can see that every time I hit it, well, I'm hitting it now and nothing's going up. That's because we've got that little circle going around. That's the cooldown. If I hit it again, we repair. So you can see repair, and it starts the cooldown. So some weapons, like for example this mallet, repairs a lot, but has a fairly big cooldown, and its rebuild power is rubbish. So it doesn't rebuild anything. Rebuild is when something goes red. The shifting spanner, is this a shifting spanner? Or adjustable spanner. I can't remember. This thing here, this one you can hardly see because it's really dark. A really dark map for some reason, and it's pissing down and all. This one here, this has got really good rebuild value. So it won't repair much. Look at that, almost nothing. But its cooldown is really, really good, so you know you can, I think it's a 2-second cooldown or something. And you can really go for it, and it repairs things quite good. So me as the engineer, I run a mallet, I run this repairing tool, and I run a fire extinguisher. Good tip for the fire extinguisher. If you're going to use it and something's got fire, so for example if this has got fire, if I use the fire extinguisher on this now, it sets the cooldown off, right? That will put the fire out, but it sets the cooldown off. Good tip, hit it with a repair mallet first to repair it, then put the fire out with the extinguisher because it doesn't set off the cooldown, it doesn't reset it. Pro tip. Right, let's keep repairing these engines because these are broke. Now there's several types of systems all over the ship. You have your engines, which we've got 3 on this ship. You know, your ship may vary and all that. You also have the guns, which are these things here. We have the primary hull, which I mentioned before. Keep an eye on that, please, everybody. And we also have, let's go up top here, have a quick look. We also have a gun at the front, which I'm going to repair. Gunk, repaired. And we have a gun over there, and we have the balloon. If this thing goes down, you start sinking. That's a fact, okay? Keep the balloon up. Keep all the ship up. Ah! Can't see crap now, I'm just blind. That was fire, by the way. That was someone fire. Oh god, is that an enemy? That can't be an enemy, surely. We've just rammed him for a start. That is an enemy. That is an enemy. And he's in the place where we do not want to be. We're about to get broadsided by a galleon. Oh god. Close all blast doors and prepare to be shot at. Quickly run away, please. Run away. These engines are getting damaged. I have a feeling that the pilot is putting kerosene through them or some other speed increasing item. Basically, you have, like say, you had different items when I explained them before. You have different items to do certain things. The pilot, this guy here, who I believe is a helmsman. Yeah, he's a helmsman. You see, look at that hat, beautiful hat. I mean, look at that uniform. It's too clean to be good. Are we going to get shot off that guy? Yeah, we are getting shot off that guy. Let's just repair this hull, shall we? Yeah, he's got loads of abilities to, or hopefully he's got loads of abilities to swing us round, you know, make the ship go forward, backwards faster, up and down faster, but generally that damages systems you use it on. So again, you know, you have to communicate with the crew saying, right, I'm going to be firing like moonshine through this thing, so get ready to repair the engines, because you can just blow your own engines up. The thing you saw here, the reason why this is glowing is it's being buffed. So you can see there's like a little, this symbol on this like line here. This is the buff amount, so you can see it's slowly going down. Basically, we're getting, I believe it's 30% extra armor when you buff the hull. But again, it depends on what you buff with the tool. What's this game type actually? Oh, it's capture the points, I believe. Let's have a quick look at our map. Yeah, we're having to capture the stars. So yeah. We pretty much just have to hold on to the stars. What team are we? We're a blue team, so we're not doing overly good. Let me just flame this guy here. That was a quick shot. Let me quickly reload that. That was a good shot. We just zipped straight past that galleon. Yeah, we need to capture points. And we get more resources. And once we get resources, we win the game. Although we've just crashed into the side of that. You can see we're firing guns from the top. We've got two guys. We've got an engineer and a gunner. Like you say, engineers are not restricted to just repairing. They will often jump on guns and repair it. I'm just realising how dark this thing is. I'll have to jump in another game and show you a bit of a lighter one. It's not always this dark. Although the maps are very, very pretty. Actually, is pretty the word? Yeah, I guess not really pretty, actually. They can be pretty. They are very immersive. Immersive, is that the right word? I don't know. Themed, very themed. Yeah, I mean, look, it looks nice and grimy and such. And all they got like smokestacks with loads of smoke billowing from them. We got shots whizzing past my head. There's me trying to flame this guy as we go past. But you know, it's quite nice. And ooh, I like the style. I like the way that it's actually the steampunk style, or the diesel punk, I guess it would be, because these are engines. Steampunk would I guess it's steampunk stroke diesel punk. It's like a bit of everything, I think. I mean, look at that. Just a nice little lantern glowing in the dark. It's very pretty. It is very pretty, and all the shadows of all the rigging and stuff going along. It's very nice in the rain. Just very pretty in general. Let me quickly get out my spotting scope and spot around. That's us. That's an enemy. Let me jump on the flamer, spin it round, and flame this guy as we go past. Yes. Now each gun has. Oh, good grief! That may have been my fault, that explosion. I was too busy flaming that guy and talking rather than repairing our actual hull. Although, no, it wasn't my fault. Do you know why it wasn't? Because I said it wasn't. I think it might have been my fault. Yeah, this guy is obviously repairing it. You can see that thing on the left going up. Once that's full, it will buff that up. Sorry, yeah, he was buffing, not repairing. He's fully buffed that up, which is good. Anyway, guns. Let me jump on a gun and I'll show you a couple of things. So, I can obviously switch between different repair tools and such. You see me switching between them all here. I can jump on a gun and I get the same option at the bottom. So the bottom sort of like cannon looking thing is the stock ammo which comes with it, which is firing away. And if I switch it, in this case to, I believe, charge rounds, that gives me more damage. And it switches the rounds over. Again, another pro tip: if you change the ammo, it will reload the gun. Okay, but if you switch while it's reloading, it won't reset the reloading. So anyway, I'm just gonna fire at this guy. Let me quickly reload, and we'll get him got. I don't know what we're going for. Normally the captain would call out primary. I think he just did, but since I've got comms off, I apologise. I think we're going for the ram here. The pre-median is good for that. There we go. That was the ram. Let me just reload that. Make sure everything's repaired. Balloons all up. That's fine. You get little symbols around it, like that symbol there, look. If I spin around, you can see on the bottom right there, I've got several symbols showing that things are damaged. You do get all that. Oh, we're going for the galleon, I think. Right, I'm going to try and cut through his armour. That's our objective. On the top right, you can see basically like a little summary of what's actually happening, and that'll pop up if we've destroyed anything. What we're actually running on this ship, we've got a Gatling there and we've got a flak. Okay, typical what's called Gat-flak combo. So we've got a Gatling gun and a flak. The Gatling gun cuts the armor off. The flak gun destroys the hull. Really going for a massive, alpha. Get him down quick. It's a typical. It's something that you will often see. Let me just quickly repair this balloon. There we go. And quickly repair these as well. Looks like I'm the only person around here. What we're trying to do, the captain's I think he's very good actually. He seems to be circling them rather than charging at them with the guns. He's circling them and firing them guns there, which is good. We like that. I am going to quickly get on the machine gun and see what I can hit. Can't hit that guy. What can I hit though? Nothing. We've got a Gatling on the side and a flamer, although it's not really working out. Because that guy can outgun us by the look of it. He's got a Gatling, I think, as well, and maybe a flak cannon. Good grief, whatever that was, it hit hard. Our hull is not looking too good. That is bad. Let me quickly go and repair that. Yeah, let me get... don't worry, lads. I'll keep the hull up. I'm on this. I've got this shit. I'm going to sort this right out. Let me just repair this engine as well. But yeah, like I said, you're not limited to what you do as the classes. You have more options depending on what your role is. So obviously, being a pilot, let me just shoot this guy here because he's just doing my head in. Let me see if I can zoom in to hit something. No, I can't. Looks like, let me just reload that and get off the gun. Looks like we are trying to run away, and that doesn't sound too good at all. Let me get back on that and see if we can get him. Daiquiris hull. Get some Dakar into him. More Dakar is what we need. No, that's not working at all. Our balloon is down. Looks like he's firing flak at us. I'm just going to work on the hull. I don't know what the captain's saying, but I apologise. I am just going to keep working on this hull. Our balloon just popped down. Oh, and the hull's gone. So quickly switch to the repair tool. Quickly get this repaired and up. And there we go. Back up. Straight up. That's why you have a designated repair tool, or one that's got more rebuild than repair. Anyway, let's quickly just repair all these and run around. Yes, as I was saying, you're not limited to what you do as your role, but you do have more options depending on what you pick. So, for example, gunners have more gunnery options and shot options. Let me just quickly switch to my scope and spot this guy out before he gets into the clouds. There we go. Always spot him up. Pro tip, right? The captain, speaking as someone who plays the captain quite a bit, or I say the captain, there's a lot of people confuse captain with pilot, okay? The pilot is generally 99% of the time the guy that flies. Through various mess-ups, he might not be the guy that flies, but this guy here controlling on the controls, he's the captain, right? That's the captain. He's the guy that has control of all the ship, really. He flies it around. He'll generally call out orders, and if he's a good captain, he'll fly the ship well and communicate well with his crew. His main difficulty, I guess, is not just flying the ship and getting shot at, but also seeing where enemies are. For example, his field of view is quite restrictive, especially on this ship. I mean, if I go to his point of view, he can see this. He's got girders up here, a floor down there, okay? Look at that. He cannot really see much, and with all the smoke, it's difficult. However, when his crew uses a spotting scope to light guys up like that, you get little lines around them showing exactly where we're going to explode, hang on. Exactly where they are, even if they go through smoke. Now, that can disappear if they drive through smoke too much, and we are sort of crashing off, I think, a petroleum tank, and that's not really good at all. I'm just going to keep working on the hull. I don't know where we are now. We've hit the deck at some point. Yeah, we are scraping on the deck. Let me quickly repair these engines. Looks like they're being buffed as well, so we'll get extra speed out of them. Quickly buff them. What the hell? Bit of lag there. Right, let's quickly get up and see if we can get some gunnery on this. But yeah, like his job is quite difficult. You know, a good captain is, you know, coordinating with his crew, flying the ship, and, you know, generally giving orders and knowing where his teammates are on the map. It's a team game in the sense of that you have to know exactly where, you know, your crew is and what they're doing, but also on this map we have 3v3, so it's 3 sets of crews versus another 3 set of crews, so you have to communicate as well with the other captains, which, you know, the game has full support of. So you can talk in game to your crew, and if you're the guy captaining, i.e. when you go to the lobby, I haven't shown you the lobby and I don't think I will, but when you go to the lobby, the person in the top slot, the captain bit, gets to talk with the other people in the top slots, i.e. the captains, so you'll be able to coordinate with them. And the best, pretty much, it's mainly about the best team and the best crew. Okay, you communicate with your crew, you know, you have good orders, good plans, you follow that through, you communicate, you work as a team, you will win. That's pretty much, that's the game's biggest strength and sadly its biggest flaw. If you have a bad team or someone that just jumps in and doesn't do his job or messes about, you will often lose because that one person is really slacking. You need everybody, you know, doing their utmost and really putting in 100%. Saying that, however, it's still amazingly good fun, and thankfully this has got one of the best communities of any online game or any multiplayer game I've ever experienced. Just for giving you an example, the first time I ever played this, I bought it on a Steam sale, well, 3 or 4 months ago, time recording again. And I didn't have a clue what I was doing, okay? I mean, there is manuals in the game where you can quickly jump into it, you know, you can read the manual and such, but you don't really get a full sense of exactly how the game works, because it is chaotic. And I was lucky enough to be pretty much tutored by a couple of veterans on there. They even knew that there was going to be a sale on at the time, and they just went through and explained the game. And they were happy. We were just playing the game, and they were like, yeah, no problem, no, we know you're going to be rubbish, we don't really care, we're just going to be some fun. So that just shows you how friendly, unbelievably friendly the community can be. And again, that is one of its, you know, that is its biggest strength in my opinion as well. Let's just let's just keep working on this hull. What we're trying to do is obviously win, and to win we need to keep this hull up, but sadly we are getting shot. There we go. Let's quickly repair it and get the cooldown going, and then hit it with a fire extinguisher. Pro tip. I'm sure there's several thousand other pro tips, I just don't know them because I ain't a pro. As I said, I've played about nearly 40 hours or so. You know, but it's amazingly good fun. I mean, I'm just running around repairing stuff, but the fact, you know, the sense of like camaraderie and the fact that you are working as a crew. The balloon has exploded and we're sinking towards the ground again. Brace for impact! That's very close! Up would be better. Thank you. Yes, that's the sense of camaraderie and working as a team, and knowing, you know, if you actually win, that you've done so because of your crew. It's not a single person game. That guy there piloting cannot win on his own. Well, technically there is AI, so when there isn't a crew, it will always fill the slots. So, you know, if someone doesn't select that, they will actually, an AI will be put in its place, and, you know, the guy piloting has a very basic way of controlling them, like basically telling them to either focus on damage, or just, you know, generally make their own mind up what needs to be done. But yeah, you know that, you know, if you win, it's generally because of you and your crew, because it's not a one-man game. You know, you can't, you know, this guy here, this gunner, he is useless without that guy flying it, and me and that other guy repairing it, okay? That guy there, that guy flying it, is completely useless without these guys shooting like they are now, and me repairing it. And I am useless without that guy flying it, because if he flies it into a wall constantly, I'm pretty much redundant. So again, complete team game. I'm not too sure how we're doing for score. We are actually winning. We're 637 points, and I'm not too sure what this goes up to. One of the things, sadly, I've never learned exactly what the points are going up to. But we are flying around. We're doing quite well. We're shooting our guns, which is how it works. I'm going to go up top and repair this balloon. Quickly run up and give it a bit of a whack. There we go. Quickly repair it. And you wouldn't think that a big rubber mallet would do loads of repair, but it does. It's good that way. Watch. There we go. And it starts to repair cooldown. Like I say, different items have different repair cooldowns, and different weapon sort of slots, abilities, whatever you want to call them, have different effects as well. So they might increase your amount of ammo, they might reduce it, they'll increase the range, increase the damage, but cause fire, cause explosions, cause all sort of things. Again, it really depends on your setup of the ship, who's flying it, and what, you know, and what you are actually flying. The great thing about it is the adaptability. You know, there are some setups that are very, very good. I mean, this is a particular good one here where we've got Gatling and a flak gun. That's really, really good combo. But, you know, you will get often just different combos, and, you know, you can go for one where you take their balloon out so they crash into the ground. You can go for one that specifically shoots their systems. I think I'm wanting to be shooting this guy here. In fact, more importantly, let me get off and quickly light him up like that. And then we'll get back to shooting. And once my gun starts reloading, I'm going to switch to the other ammo, which causes more damage. Come on, keep getting this junker. There we go, there we go. Actually, is he out of range? No, he's not. He is. I'm gonna get that guy there. He's out of arc because each gun has like a certain type of arc. You can see, like, I can't go any further than this. This is as far as I can go. I can't go any further than that. The different guns have like different. They might have like different arcs. They might have different speeds to turn. All the guns will have, you know, different strengths and weaknesses. So again, the versatility throughout the game is immense. And that's us getting shot to bits. And let me just do one more. Let me just do one thing, because our balloon is on fire and I need to sort that out. There we go. Oh, look at all the water dripping from the balloon. That's very pretty. Is that the hull? Guys, that's the hull. That was the hull, that, and it wasn't fully repaired. I don't think that was my fault, actually. It might not have been my fault that time, because I was upstairs shooting guns and repairing the balloon. But I'm now going to, you know, concern myself with repairing this thing here. That's the hull. Look at that there. That's very, very pretty, isn't it? Hang on, let me have a quick look over there. Just have a quick look. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, nice airship docked up. God, that's some really bad fisheye on that. Is it? You think you'd have a bit of a railing or a bit of a mesh grill for you to stop you putting your hand in that engine? Actually, it's steampunk stroke dieselpunk world. There's no health and safety around here. And good for it, because if we were having health and safety, there'd be warning signs all over the guns, and, you know, we wouldn't be able to put hydrogen in the balloon. It'll just generally be a bad game, wouldn't it? The layout of the Pyramidion is... well, all ships have a different layout, and the layout of the Pyramidion is quite good, actually. It's very easy to sort of navigate your way around. You've got the captain bit here. You can see there's, you know, This, I don't know what you call this thing here, but it's where you set your speed. Like I say, I don't think I'll be showing you captaining, but basically you set your speed, you can go up and down, and this little blue thing tells you your height, and the steering wheel, you know, left and right to turn the ship around. That's where the captain sits up there. Up there, we have the 2 forward guns, and we can repair the balloon, and down here we have our main deck, so we've got our hull, need to keep an eye on that, and round the back, you can repair the engine there, and the engine there. Also, there's an engine up here, our drive engine pushing us forward, you can repair that as well. These, I could be wrong about this one, but these engines tend to maneuver you about, turn you left and right. This one generally pushes you forward, right? Like I say, I could be wrong about that, but if you lose one engine, you will just start going around, you know, you will start drifting towards one, you know, like in one direction. It's not great that way. Let me just quickly run down here and get on this. No, let me repair the hull first. More important the hull. Hull's more important. No, hull we can't shoot. Is that guy over there? He is down there. I don't have the range, I'm afraid. Let me just quickly repair that, reload it even, and then run around here as well. So we can actually repair the engine from down this bottom bit. You know, you can go up here as well, this upper deck, which has, in this case, a whirlwind machine gun and the engine. But, you know, you can keep going down here. For some reason, that upper bit there, let me just hit this, set the cooldown going, and put the fire out. Fire's not good. Fire will burn off the armour in no time. This always reminds me of Serenity, this bit, and Firefly. This bit here. It's the spinny thing on the engine. Don't know why, it just does. So I guess Serenity and Firefly has its own sort of steampunk aesthetic, doesn't it? Right, let's quickly light that guy up so we know where they are. And what about in front of us? Well, that's the guy there. Looks like we're reversing actually. Let me just keep an eye on that hull. I think yes, victory's ours. 650! That's great. And theirs was 569. Let me give commendations for everybody. Well done, everybody. If you're any of these here, I apologise for not communicating with you. I was too busy trying to explain how things worked, probably totally unsuccessfully. But anyway, that's Guns of Icarus Online. It's, as I said, immensely good fun, and the biggest thing I can say, or the best thing I can say about it is that it is a team game. It really is a team game. If you enjoy flying around an airship as a team, blowing stuff up, then I highly recommend it. This is the menu that I was on about. If you're in this top slot here, your ship that you've picked here will be, you know, that's the one you'll be flying. And generally the person at the top, so for example, if I jump here, you can see the Pyramidion Plus, which is my ship, it's on top there. You can see Pyramidion Plus, that's the name of the ship, because you can rename it. I don't think I pointed that out. You can just rename the ship as well for yours, so you can call it HMS Awesome or whatever. You get a lot of them. But yeah, and you're generally the pilot, so I'd switch to pilot and such. And you know, I do like flying around, you know, because it is a team game, and me and a couple of mates will jump on and we'll fly around and such. But anyway, Guns of Icarus Online, immensely good fun. Links in the description for the game to get it. I believe at time recording it's on sale, but I'm not too sure. You'll have to, like I say, just check it out. Also, I've mentioned the Kickstarter. I would highly recommend you look at that. Again, at time recording, I think it's got about 4 days left. Immensely good fun, really good fun. Thank you very much for Muse Games. I really can't get enough of this. Follow me on Twitter because I regularly put a crew up. I'll shout it there and then putting a crew up and I'll jump on the game. Again, links in the description. The links are always in the description. Just look in the description for links. That's where they are. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope I haven't messed it up too much, and I hope you've got a little bit of insight in exactly how the game works, or maybe you know a little bit more about the game than perhaps you did before. But I would strongly recommend it if you like blowing up airships, and who doesn't? And if you don't like that sort of thing, then you should have left hours ago. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I thank you very, very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.